The first point I want to make has a name, and the name of it is interaction is first. Interaction first. So what does that mean? I'll come back to it. The theoretical question is, why does therapy work when it works? And that's the question. Now look what I do. First I get very specific about how I would like that question to go before I try to answer it. So how I would like it to go is, why would it help anybody to say, to talk about, to express their trouble? And this is, of course, what the person who doesn't know anything about therapy would ask you. You know, yeah, well, whenever I get into those things, I just feel bad. So I go and I pay you to tell you all these things, and that's just going to make me feel bad, isn't it? And the usual answer to that would be, you're a doctor, you're a wise guy, you're going to tell me some solutions that I can't think of. And we all know that isn't quite true, right? So the question is, if the therapist or the listener, whoever that might be, is not going to give answers to the person's problems, because we don't really know any answers, what is going on such that it sometimes helps to do this, right? It's probably the first question you ever thought of. It can't be a question that you haven't thought about. You know, this person's going to come, they're going to tell me all their troubles, they're going to cry, they're going to complain, they're going to be stuck, and then they're going to say, well, doctor, what do I do? And then I'm not going to know what to do, and there isn't anybody who's ever practiced who hasn't thought about that. And the question theoretically is, well, what is supposed to work here? Now, when I think of a person as being interaction, then of course it makes sense that in interacting with a new person, they're going to be different, right? Now, they taught us that we're supposed to be an integrated individual, and that it's really too bad that we're so different with different people, but I don't think anybody ever got past there. If you sense yourself in different relationships, how different you are with different people, and what different things they would say about you too from that difference. You know, it isn't so much that different friends of mine have different perspectives. I'm different with them. They're all telling you more or less some mix of the truth, and their own, of course. So my job then as a therapist is to be the kind of interaction that we would expect to make the person better. Do you follow me? Now the puzzle, the paradox is solved. We understand now that it isn't that the person is going to lay out all their bad things, and as a result of that they'll be better. Rather, the person is going to lay out all their bad things to me, or with me, or at me. And even if I don't say anything, it's a very different thing to do that with another person. Of course, then next we want to ask, well, what kind of person, and so on, and we'll get to that. But with each person, really, it's different, and it's very different from doing it alone.